What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Barbecue with Barry, and today we are doing some over-the-top chili. Let's get started. So today we're going to be making over-the-top chili. Over-the-top chili is basically taking your ball of ground beef. Some people have ground beef, sausage. Some people do other sorts of meats and incorporate different meats together. But basically what we're going to be doing is putting all of our ingredients in our pot, having our meat sit above the pot in a ball on the smoker where it's going to cook until it reaches right around 160, 165 degrees. Then we're going to pull it off, break it up, and then add it into the rest of our chili that's cooking underneath it while that meat is cooking over top of it, allowing those oils and fats to drip into the chili and really incorporate everything together. So to get started, we're going to start with dicing up one whole onion. You can use a white onion, yellow onion, red onion, whatever you like. I just got a whole white onion, so we're going to start by dicing this up. And then we're going to add it to our pot along with one jalapeno pepper, maybe two, depending on what spice level you like. And then we're going to get that on the smoker. We're going to have the smoker at 250 degrees, and then we'll probably increase the temperature a little bit later on in the cook to 300, even 325 degrees. All right, now that we got our one whole white onion diced up, I'm going to go ahead and dice up some just little bell peppers. All right, now that we got our whole onion, bell peppers, and one jalapeno all chopped up, let's go ahead. We're going to get this on the grill. We're running at 250 degrees. We'll let this start cooking while we form our giant meatball, if you will. All right. So we're going to go in with just a little bit of olive oil. Go ahead and add in our bell peppers, onions, and jalapeno. And we'll let that start cooking while we form our giant meatball. All right, so we have here 3 pounds, roughly 3 pounds of ground beef. Like I said earlier, I've seen people use 2 pounds of ground beef, a pound of breakfast sausage. I've seen people use other types of meat. I'm just going to stick with ground beef today. So I'm going to go ahead, and what we want to do is kind of just try and form this into a big ball or patty. All right, now that we got our meatball or patty, if you will, go ahead and get this seasoned up. I'm just going to be using Meat Church Blanco today. It's a good salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. All right, now what we want to do is transfer this over to a wire rack. And now we can go ahead, go back outside and put this on top of our chili. Let this start cooking. We'll probably take it off in right around an hour to check on those onions and peppers, give them a mix, and then put this back on. So go ahead and give this a little mix. Throw that on top of there like that. And then we will throw a probe in it so that we can monitor the temperature. All right, so over-the-top chili has been cooking for right around an hour and a half. The onions and peppers and jalapeno look really good. They got some nice color on them. Our ball of beef looks really good. You can see it's dripping into that bowl with the onions and peppers. So what we're going to do now is our beef is right around 113 degrees. We're still waiting for that that internal temperature to come up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead, remove this, and add the rest of our ingredients into the bowl while this continues to come up to temp. All right, now we're going to go into this pot with a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, a 15-ounce can of stewed tomatoes, a 10-ounce can of fire-roasted Rotel, a can of kidney chili beans, a can of chili pinto beans, one cinnamon stick, and then one can of Chipotle peppers and adobo that I just blended up. And then last but not least, a packet of chili seasoning. I've never tried this one before from Kinder's. It's the wood-fired chili seasoning, but I've had some of their other stuff, and it all has been pretty good, so I'm sure this will be good as well. All right, now we'll just go ahead and mix this up. And we'll go ahead and put our beef ball back on top. All right, after 2 hours, our meat is right around 135 degrees. We're gonna keep letting it cook, but before it gets finished up, I do wanna go ahead and add in about half a beer, half a bottle of Bud Light, just as some more liquid. Give that a mix. We'll throw this back on top. All right, so our beef is probing right around 145, 150 degrees. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is take this off. Give our chili a nice stir. Now I want to just break this open so that I can see how that smoke penetrated it. You can see beautiful smoke ring on there. Done a nice job of getting that smoke flavor into the meat. Now we're going to go back into the chili with this, and then we're going to break it up. Now we're just going to let that continue to cook. Let that meat get all incorporated in there. Then we'll check back on it in about an hour. All right, so I just took our chili off the smoker. Our meat was on there for right around 3 hours before it reached an internal temperature of 150 to 160 degrees. We then took it off, put it in the rest of our chili mix, broke it up, let it simmer for another hour, and this is what we got. So let's go ahead, dive in, and see how we did. Really packed full of flavor. A little bit of spice on the back end. Very good. You can definitely get a little bit of that smoke flavor from the meat and just it cooking on the smoker. That fat from the meat dripping into the onions and peppers. Everything really comes together really, really well. And this is probably one of the best chilies that I've made. I like this. Like I said, I like a little bit of spice, so I'm cool with the spice on the back end. If If you don't really like too much spice, I would probably eliminate the Chipotle adobo peppers and possibly the jalapeno out of there. So normally I do a quick recap of the cook here today. There's a lot of steps and I don't want to forget any of them while I'm talking about it. So just go ahead, go back and rewatch it if you need to follow the steps a little bit closer and want to know exactly how we made this today. Thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to drop a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below your favorite way to make chili. Do beans belong in chili? Some people think no, some people like them in there. And make sure, if you haven't already, be sure you're subscribed so you get notified whenever we release new videos. Thanks everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one.